Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So I'm here to do part 3 of the Secret Garden Lapbook journal that I've been making. And I thought today we should start getting some ephemera in. So last time we matted the inside pages, I believe, and we also added essentially these envelope flip outs and cardstock flip outs. So yeah, essentially I want to today focus on getting some of my ephemera in. So I'm just gonna make a bit of space. I keep forgetting how big this thing is. So I think I want to start in the middle with these envelopes first of all, because I think that's going to affect what I use on these green panels, I think. So yeah, I'm going to focus on those first, and I have made a few decisions off screen because I don't want these videos to be horrendously long, and it gets a bit frustrating when you're just watching someone make decisions all the time. But obviously I am going to have to make some decisions as we go along, but I have made a few off screen. So I've got a couple of piles which I am trying not to drop everywhere, and essentially we're going to have it this way round. So let's focus on the left hand side first of all. So I made these clusters in Roxy's weekly challenge, and I think I was even saying in that video I would like to use some of them on these brown pieces. So I was thinking these badges look really nice on these little envelopes, and I don't even have to do anything in the background, I don't think, because I really like a bit of the brown showing, just to give your eyes a bit of a break, I suppose, from all of the green and animals and everything else that's going on. So I'm going to start easy. What I do need to do though is take off some of this cluster because it's a little bit too big for my envelope. So I think if I do that first of all, let's see how we go. There we go. So it is the morning, so I'm sorry if I'm a little bit quiet. I'm just waking up and essentially just been sat here, you know, yeah, just doing a few bits and bobs with regards to this lapbook. Now I'm just tearing this down because I realised that I didn't really appreciate that straight line that the ruler gave me, so what's that? Equally, I don't really like the shape I'm tearing into this either. Oh, crafting in the morning, never my finest hour. Right, let's see how we feel. Yeah, I think that's fine. Once I've got it inked up, I think it will look just fine. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're excited to see this project come along. I know a few of you are. I know a few of you were waiting on me to get going with this project, so I'm sorry that I dragged my feet a little bit. It was just because it was a big project and I wasn't really ready for a big project until later in the year, really. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna glue that down as is. And I'm gonna use my Collaging. So all of the ephemera pieces, most of them anyway, I do have videos on. So I do have a Secret Garden playlist in case you've not seen these videos before. So anything that I'm making, anything that I have made, generally speaking, should be in that playlist. Right. I will have to go in with extra glue in. But yeah, I just wanted to start easy, so I thought let's get these clusters down. And then whilst I'm here, I may as well do this one. Hopefully you're all in. As I say, it's a little bit tricky to keep you actually in frame because of how wide it is, but I'll do my best. So this one obviously is too big as well, so I'm going to have to tear a bit of this doily off. Yeah, and then I'm going to have to come down here. That's fine. I knew that I would have to tear some of these clusters down, which is fine. It's still useful to have them because as I say, you can just, you know, grab them and trial out what you like where and everything. And then I still have a bunch of clusters left, which I can use to decorate other pockets if I've got anything, or tags, decorate tags and journal cards and other things. So I'll do that one. As I said, I did like the brown background, so it makes it nice and easy. So yeah, this project did take a different turn from when I was originally thinking about it. I thought it was going to be a lot of pink, but then, as I said before, when I started looking at the book pages, the actual pages in the book, there was a lot of green and forest and yeah, just a lot of greenery actually, more than I sort of had realised. But you know, I'm really enjoying working with the greens at the moment. There was once upon a time when working with green and stuff didn't come naturally to me, but I wanted it to, because it goes with my personality outside of crafting. I'm always outside, you know, going for walks in the woods and all the rest of it. So I persevered, and now it's the most natural thing to me, and now I prefer actually crafting with green more than I do pink. Can you believe it? And you know, a year ago, I never thought I'd be saying that. So I'll get in with the bits of extra gluing later. I always like to do that off screen because it's not thrilling to watch. So these little envelopes, I believe, are, yes, they're pockets in themselves, but we're also going to have something on the back. Right, so behind the badges, let's have a look at this. So I'm potentially going to use this playing card as a tuck spot. My only issue is it's a little bit big. So I'm wondering whether I should potentially cut it down. I know it's a playing card and might look a bit odd, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't want to lose that it's a playing card, obviously, but yeah, I think it will look better being a bit smaller, so we'll have that. So this is just a playing card that's been decoupaged. That I've decoupaged with a bit of napkin. I'm just going to round these corners. I'm just going to round this corner. Oops, dropping things. And this comes from a casino deck. So can you see their little triangle missing? That's okay, because I've also got a bit of decoupage missing as well. Technically, I think it goes this way. But what I wanted to do was put some 3D flowers going up there to cover where you've got the triangle missing, corner missing, but also to cover up that blank space. So I'm just going to ink around that, and I need to have a think about what I'm going to do behind it. So I do think I'm going to have to map some papers because I don't want all of it to be brown. And then, because this is quite white, I'm just going to bring the ink in a little bit. So yeah, I'm just going to go for about 45 minutes-ish, and I'm just going to get what I can get done in that time, and then I'll obviously come back and do part 4, part 5, however many parts I need to actually get this done. Okay, so I've got some of this green sheet left, and I did wonder if there's a potential for me using this on here somehow. So I'm just going to give myself a straight edge, so I need the trimmer again, because this is a bit tatty, but I've used it in the clusters and, you know, various other things I've been making, so I thought it was best to try to bring some of this in if I can. So I'm going to make myself a little bit of a border. That way and that way. Sorry, I'm just thinking if I've gone quiet. It's because I'm thinking. Okay, and then those can be used in something else as well. So just put those to one side. Let's ink around that. So yeah, I just want to keep this lapbook quite simple. Nothing overly fancy, but I think it's going to look really effective once I'm done. I'm definitely excited for how it's all going to look. I'm probably not going to do any decorating today. I just want to focus on just getting in as much of the ephemera that I've made as possible, and obviously matting these flip outs, and then yeah, we can take it from there with the decorating another time. That way. So that's that. And then that's going to go which side? I mean, it can go any which way. I'm just thinking about where those flowers are going to be. But no, I think I prefer it there. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for a second because I do need to go in with some extra glue. So that is that. Right. I have a feeling this was going on here. Now, I think I might do some collage behind it. I like the brown, but it's just that I've got that tape showing there. So I'm thinking I might have to do something a bit different behind there, but I don't want another of the green piece because that's going to be too much, isn't it? So I'll come back to that. So I'll leave those there for now and I'll come back to them. What have we got on this side? So I think I'm going to do the same thing with this green paper so that it's matching. Just get myself a straight edge. Oh, I feel really wooden today. I haven't filmed in a while, and I've had a bit of a break from social media. Actually, is the truth. I just needed a bit of time to myself for a bit, and yeah, and now I feel really like I can't speak. I'm out of practice, but yeah, I just thought I would come on and just to get some of this done. I'm sort of doing two videos a week for this project, Fridays and Saturdays, because yeah, a couple of you mentioned that you were crafting along with me as well, so at least then that gives you enough time to catch up each week, and you know, if you are wanting to make it exactly the way that I'm doing it, but also it means that, you know, we can do other stuff throughout the week as well. You won't get as bored. Now I've cut that a little bit shy, which doesn't bother me top and bottom, but it does bother me where I can see this bit of a flappy lip. So I'm going to use some of this framer's tape just to disguise that a bit. So let's try and get in there. I'm doing this for looks, not for any other reason, because you know, these little envelopes are not going to have anything too heavy in them anyway. But yeah, purely for looks. The only trouble is obviously the envelopes are glued in, so I have to be careful. Let's see how that looks. Oh, dog barking outside. Yeah, that's better. Alright, let me just see. Yeah, it's fine. I thought the art glitter glue had reacted with this paper weirdly, but I think it's fine. it's a warm day today. It's so muggy. It rained in the night, which is obviously good for the plants and good for the trees and flowers. But now, today, it is so muggy. Really muggy. Okay. And then that's that. Lovely. I think this is the last bit of this paper now. I've only got a small bit left. This and a couple of scraps. I've really used that, you know, to its full. And then that's going to go on there, just this little pocket. I made this in a Shop Your Trash video, and I thought because of the green and everything and the size of it, it's pretty perfect for on there, isn't it? So that's going to go there. Right, and then this one was where I was a bit torn. I'm torn between 3 options. So I've got this paper bag pocket, which fits nicely, and then we can even have the whole thing be a pocket for things to stick out the top, maybe. Although it's a bit of a thin paper bag, so maybe not. Maybe I would just use that part of it and still have things sticking out the top, but something like that maybe. I've also got this pocket, so this is going to be top loader, and it's also got this part open, and that's kind of like the, you know, the old manor type thing. So, oh, it's a tricky one, you know. So I'm and then I've got this book page pocket, which is a pocket here and a pocket in the front, which obviously wants decorating. But I think what I'm going to do is hold off on making that decision until I've got these green panels made up, because then I can see how it all looks together. So for now, I'm happy with that. Okay, I do need to think about what I'm doing there. So let's think about these green panels. I know I'm chopping and changing all over the place, but it's just because I kind of want to build it up slowly. Really. So I've got this, it's actually a bookmark that I got from a charity, just in the post. And I mean, how perfect are those little blue flowers with these next to it, behind the robin? So I thought that could be a side tuck, because I have to think about what I'm doing about this washi. Actually, I don't mind it showing a little bit because it brings out some of the orange from the robin. So that's going to be a side tuck, and then maybe I could do a little bit of collage there. So this one's coming down in size, just a tad. So really this is just a piece of cardstock, it's not anything fancy. Now, being a side tuck, do we want a thumb notch or anything? Okay, I opted for thumb notch. I was just straightening it up because it wasn't very straight. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go with that. I've already inked around it, so let's glue that on 3 sides. But yeah, the reason I went for the plain green was because I knew that a lot of the pieces that I'd made or things I wanted to use had a lot of colour on them, lots of flowers and things. So I thought at least then the plain green goes with most stuff. You know, it's not overpowering, it's not flowers on flowers, you know, which might be a bit much. So I've left that bit of washi, because actually I quite like how that's looking. And then yeah, I'm thinking, once I know what's going in the pocket, and once we get to the decorating phase, I might do a little bit of collage down the green bit, just to give you something when you pull whatever it is out of the pocket. You then might be able to see a bit of greenery or something. Now I don't know whether I should be rounding the corners of this cardstock. It's one of those things, I haven't rounded the corners of the envelopes, so that's probably why I haven't, but I'm just going to keep going, see how I feel. So we've got a side tuck there now, simple, simple, as I said, keeping it really simple for this. And then on the back here, again, I'm looking for things that will cover up this tape. Look, the badges together, that's quite nice. So this would be a double tuck, double side pocket thing. That's on the wrong side, so I'm saying no to that now, I think. And we've got this one, which I think I like the badges, you know. Yeah, I've got a bit of the purple and the badges. Well, that was an easy decision, wasn't it? I like it when it comes together like that. And I don't mind a bit of the brown showing there because we've got brown there. So I don't want a huge border, but just enough that then there's room for what I've got here. So just ink that slightly. And yeah, if I make that a double side pocket, then there's space here for something to be sticking out of the back of it. Ooh, that was a quick decision. So we want to glue this side. So I'm just going to glue it on 3 sides, but I'm going to come in a little bit because this is a big piece. Like that. Wiggly wiggly. There we go. Sorry, I'm really quiet. I'm concentrating so much, you know. But it's because I've never made one before. And actually, when I get to this phase of building a journal, making a journal, any kind of journal, even ones I've made plenty of, I then get really like contemplative, and I start like, you know, thinking about things. And because obviously you want, when you look at something, you want it all to go together, don't you? Especially a project like this where you'll see stuff together, like, you know, we're seeing the badges together with those badges. Okay, so we've got a side pocket and a double side pocket. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, right. So this is going here, isn't it? Yeah, and then you can open it up and see flowers, and then you've got all the flowers down there like that. And again, the purple and the green. Yeah, that's working quite nicely, I think. But yeah, I do want something behind it, don't I? So I'm not ready to do collaging yet. So let's move on. Let's think about this green panel. So again, decisions. So I'm thinking I'm going to have that green pocket because we've got green leaves on here as well, so we've got green and green together, and then whatever goes in this pocket could maybe have the flowers or the animals on it. Yeah, so that's that decision made. Okay, so then, sorry, there we go. So again, I want to cover this tape, so we could go another side pocket. So we've got one from the book pages and this one. I'm liking how that's looking. And then again, we could have something in the background here for you to find when you take it out of the pocket. Even if just some simple butterflies or a label or a word or something, it doesn't have to be anything fancy because there's not a ton of space anyway. But I'm really liking how that's looking. You know, we've got all of the greenery and the trees. We've got orange and the fox. Yeah. I think that one's a bit much, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so that's that decision made. So I'm going to have to back this onto something. I should just be able to back it onto something from my scrapbooks, really, because I don't think I'm going to have anything you know, particularly heavy in there. So I think I'll just glue it onto this. So may as well use my glue stick, I think. And then that will just give it a little bit of sturdiness, because this is quite thick book page anyway. But this will just give it something extra. And then, yeah, and then we can have a little side pocket. So that will go on there. I think I do need to cut around it a bit neater, but I'll do that now that it's, you know, backed. It's more sturdy. Gosh, I really can't get my words out today. So sorry if I am a bit wooden. So I'm going to leave that to dry a minute. So that's that side confirmed. Okay. So then I really liked this one. Opens the wrong side, but I really like this for, we've got a bit of light blue and the pastel pinks and stuff. I think that looks really, really nice together. Equally, I like that as again we've got pale purple and pastel colours, like that goes quite nicely too. I know you can see the washi there, is the only thing. And then the other one was this. I know it's not decorated, but I think because we've got a bit of white up here, quite a bit of white on this page, it was going to bring out, you know, because I'm not going to cover the whole book page, it will be a bit of text. However, I haven't really used book text on anything else apart from in my clusters, so I think it will be a bit random, so no to that one. Oh, so I'm torn. Trouble is they're both the wrong way round. You know, because we've got this and this together here. I could change the envelope pocket to open on the other side, I think. Just checking. Yeah, the music sheet inside goes the whole way, so I could potentially do that. Equally, I'm not going to have anything here, this is just this, so I don't think it's necessary. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing that it opens this way either, so, because you're going to have the journal there anyway, so yeah, I think it's fine. It's just the washi that's putting me off, because on here it worked for the other side. On here there's no red, so it's not gelling quite as well, is it? I definitely prefer that. I just need to think about what I'm gonna do with that washi. That's my only thing. Alright, I've gone with this sage green washi. I think colours wise it's a bit less in your face then. And then I'm actually thinking to put this here so that it's got the green border around it, and then this piece here is more just for a bit of decoration, I suppose, like the edge of an envelope type thing. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about this being open on this side, but I think it's okay. I am going to close up the pocket in front though. I've got this little like hidden pocket just in here, but I'm actually going to close that up because I think that will be too tricky to get things in and out of on the side that it is. So I'm going to close that one. So that will be that. and then I want to just glue the whole thing down. I'm just going to run a little bit of ink over this washi just to, that's it, just tone it down a little bit, because this is quite a little bit of a vintage colour to it, so let's do that. Okay, so I can use the Collaging on this piece because I'm just going to glue it the whole way down, and then this will be 2 pockets in one. I think this is in the Secret Garden playlist as well. I made a series of these junk mail envelopes, pocket things. It's using up book pages, but they go quite nicely with the Secret Garden. So I'm just going to stand up so I can get this where I want it. So yeah, I'm thinking if I go somewhere like that, then we've still got this nice green border all the way around, despite that washi being added on there. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. It is nice to have pieces already made, you know, that you can just glue into place. Just fill up the pockets. How quick would this lapbook be if the pockets were already filled? That's something that I need to remind myself to do, really, is to, just get some glue on there, is to, you know, fill pockets as I make them, kind of thing, rather than always waiting until this part of making a journal. Because then I would just simply pop that in and, you know, that whole thing would be done, but I do still need to fill the pockets. Okay, so we've got a nice big pocket in there, and we've got, of course, the pocket in the front here. Okay, lovely. And then I just, whilst I had it on pause, I just cut this out and inked around it, and that's going to be piece from there, which I think I still like. Yes. So how are we going to glue this down? So essentially I'm thinking these flowers here are not going to take anything, like they'll just get in the way. So I'm thinking if I glue up to the flowers like that, and then I can just slip something in there maybe. And then I could maybe add a bit of collage down here or something. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do the 3 sides like normal, like that, but instead of, yeah, and then wibbly wobbly, there we go, and then just glue those flowers all the way down. I think that's best. Like that. It's been fun to figure out ways to use these book pages for different things, you know. Ephemera pieces and side pockets and matting envelopes and matting the whole piece itself. There's so many, you know, papers give us so much, just so much possibility, isn't it, as to what you're gonna do. So I think those are glued down all right now. So now we have got, hopefully, yeah, just a pocket here for something small, just a small journal card or some ephemera or something. Right, where are we at? So I think I've been on about half an hour or so, roughly. So we've made good progress. So yeah, I'm loving how it's looking. Right, so I'm coming back to these envelopes, aren't I? So I think I could just get that glued straight down. So we've got a pocket in here. I'm just going to glue the whole thing down. I'm going to use the art glitter glue just because it's a bit of a awkward shape, and then I think that will allow me then to get, you know, get close to the edge like that. Look. Yeah, so this piece is in a Shop Your Trash video rather than the Secret Garden playlist, but it's a recent one, so if you didn't see that, then That's where it is. Okay, so we've got this little pocket like so. Well, that's quite a nice little size actually. So something that size, note to self, that fitted in there really quite nicely. Okay, so that's that, lovely. And then we had this playing card. Oh, I can't believe how much progress we've made today. I might as well just get that glued on, because again, there's not really much I can do around it. I can add, as I say, I want to add those 3D flowers, but that will come in the embellishment. Now, because it's a playing card, it's got a bit of a shiny surface on the back, so I'm going to use Fabri-Tac actually. I think that will hold it a bit better. So we do want to glue 2 sides of this, so these 2 sides. Along the bottom. Oh no, gloopy glue. Gloopy glue, right, be careful with that one, Justin. Okay. Pop it there. Just going to leave that glue to just sit for a bit before I start trying to press it down. As I say, I'm going to cover up this terrible decoupaging with some nice, you know, fussy cuts, like some blossom or something going up there could be quite nice. I've got some die cuts somewhere, because like, yeah, all of that is just wanting to come off, but that's okay. That's that. I think the rest of it is fine. It was just, you know, the edges there. Okay, so then that is open here for, again, really something similar size as my little business card there. Okay, right. Making progress. So, yeah, I'm here at this collaging stage. Right, what do I want? What do I want? On the backs, I'm going to have the book pages, which I don't know what I've done with. I think I might have put them back in the folder, but yeah, that's just going to be these book pages, some kind of nice picture. But I need to think about this collaging. What am I going to do? I don't know. Let me just have a little bit of a think. Alright, I think I'm just going to keep it really simple and just use book pages, and then that way all my pockets and ephemera and stuff can just stand out a bit around it, can't I? And I've used book pages in some of the clusters and things, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So let me see what I can come up with. Okay, so I need a ruler. So yeah, I just raided my scraps for, you know, just some nice book pages and things. And yeah, I'm just gonna see what I can do with this really. I'm thinking to start with, I'm just gonna get a basic book page done. So let's start here. So we can have that, and then I have used some of this scripty text on some of the bits and bobs, so let's do that. So yeah, basically I'm just going to go ahead and see how much I can get done today. I'm thinking I should be able to get the collaging done, and I've also chosen some book pages to use on the undersides of these envelopes, so I think we'll be just fine. I don't know whether to bring in any of this piece, you know, to go with that. It kind of mirrors it a bit, doesn't it? Let's see what that would be like. No, I think I'm just going to go simple book page. I think otherwise it's going to be a bit much. So I've got this little scrap. What about if I put that underneath there? Something like that I think is going to look really nice. So let's, I'm not inking around every piece because I kind of do want them to blend into the background, but I am going to ink the outer edges. Like so. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed seeing this come together so far. I'm actually really surprised about how much I've gotten done today. I know I did pause a couple of times, so don't feel like this was a really quick project, like completely. But it has been, you know, fairly fast to come together, really. I mean, she says. Apart from the glue coming out. There we go, got it. You know, it helps that a lot of the ephemera I had made in mass making sessions, and I had decorated them then and there and things like that. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a brown border just because I really like how that's looking, and my glue just erupted on the side. Ugh. It's all the hot weather we've been having. I've got glue all over myself. Okay. Right, there we go. Let's glue this little piece down. I'll give my Collaging a break a second because that just, yeah, came out like a volcano just then. So yeah, we're going to get this done, and then on the next video I think I want to start having a look at the journal. So we'll do a video on that, and then we'll be decorating. I do have to remember though, I was supposed to be putting some belly bands onto these back pages at the back. I totally forgot in all my excitement for what we've got done today. I absolutely forgot about the belly bands. So those will be super quick. I'm just going to use some nice scrapbooking paper, and I'll have them both be the same. So, but don't let me forget. Because yeah, I totally did forget, and then I only just remembered when I had you on pause. I was thinking, right, what else am I doing? I thought, oh, the belly bands. I haven't done the belly bands. Okay, so as always, after I've finished this video, I will go around and just glue things down properly. So just so you know. And then yeah, I think it's okay. You know, we've got obviously book text and stuff. I think that's fine. It just lifts it a bit from it just being all green and brown and colours and things, I think. I don't know if I might add a little bit more when we come to decorate. I might sort of add a little bit more like blossom or something onto this, so this, you know, feeds in, it all kind of blends in. We'll have to sort of see. Anyway, I'll link around this. So I'm just going to glue this all the way down. So a lot of these pieces I made in Tina's mass makes. That's Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. She does mass making videos every week, or well, she has done for quite a long time. But she is going through a bit of a rough patch at the moment, so I don't know if she's carrying on the mass makes over the summer. I'm not sure, but anyway, I will be getting back to them. Yeah, I'm going to glue this the whole way down because it's quite a thick piece, really. Yeah, so I am going to get back to the mass makes. I used them to help me get a head start on the Secret Garden project, and I'm so glad that I did, because yeah, a lot of these pieces came from that, and yeah, it's definitely sped up making this one today. So lovely. Oh, what's that? I felt something move. I don't know what it was. Okay, that's that. Okay, and then, well, similar really on this side, but it needs less, I think. Well, I don't know. Book page again. So let's find the ruler. There we go, get these edges off. I think sometimes with book page it just makes things a little bit easier when you aren't sure what you want. The book page gives you that neutral background, which then you can, you know, make better and fancy up a bit, can't you? Oh, that's almost perfect. Just want to go underneath that text. This envelope's a little bit bigger. Oh, I've got it. I'll do it the other way. I can get my hands on it. There we go. How's that? Alright, try not to do it exactly the same. Okay. I've got this that I found in my scrapbooks as well, actually. And then those can just, as I say, blend in together, can't they? Like that. What do we think? Yeah, and then once you've got stuff in the pockets, yeah, I think that's going to be all that needs. It, you know, it's nothing fancy. It really isn't. But I think it's just the right amount of stuff. I'm just inking where the edges are. Actually, I'm going to just take off this border on this piece as well. There we are. This is that French ephemera that I bought from that Etsy shop. Really nice papers in that pack. Lovely. How's that? Yeah, that should be fine. So, do I trust the Collaging? My volcano Collaging. Let's try. Just be careful. There we are. And then, yeah, I'll get the belly bands done and get the book pages onto the backs of these envelopes. And then that will be it for today. I have a feeling this episode will be a bit longer than the 45 minutes that I was aiming for. But it's just because, you know, sometimes when you're on a roll, you just kind of have to go with it, don't you? And, you know, I do like you to be able to see a good amount of stuff in each video. But for those of you crafting along, hopefully I didn't go too fast. But as I say, I had a lot of the pieces already made, so that did make it a lot easier. Ugh. My hands are white. Glue. It's just because of that warm weather. Okay. And then just get this piece down. Yeah, I think that's come together really very quickly. I know I keep saying it, but I think I was only really coming on to do half of it. I was going to do one side of it today and the other side the next day. But I think where I was sort of leaping between the two, I was just sort of, you know, taking it bit by bit and just getting things down that I was sure about and stuff. Yeah, it's ended up coming together a lot quicker than I was expecting. Okay, and then we can have that there. Lovely. And what did I say? I was just going to, yeah, I'm just going to glue this the whole way down because it is only a thin paper bag. And then anything that I put in the pocket, I'll have it stick out, and then I may even decorate just at the top there when we get to that stage. But I always leave my decorating until the end because I actually prefer to decorate things when I've got stuff in the pockets, you know, when I'm building it at this point, because sometimes that can actually help you to decide what decoration to have, is when you see it all together. It can really help. So that's that. So we've got a pocket there and a pocket there. Lovely. I think I need to get in with some extra glue in. Oh, I've got a lot of gluing to do after this video, haven't I? So I'm done with those. Right, what's next? Yeah, I think that looks good with the text. As I say, once we've got some decoration and stuff as well, it will look different again. Oops, let's go with this. So I was thinking about this horse for the back of here. I liked the colours. We've got some of the greys coming through, and I just really liked how that looked all together, really. So I do need to lose about 1 centimetre from the picture. So let me just grab my trimmer again. It's such a big thing. But I'm hoping that by showing you this, I hope that you've seen it's nothing overly complicated. Like, you know, ephemera wise, I've been quite I've gone quite simple, haven't I? Really. So I've just taken a bit off either side. I'm just gonna see how that looks. Yeah, just a little bit more. Okay, there's our horse. Beautiful. And then I'll just do this one as well. I've got this book page. Now this one is unfortunately a little bit too short. So I was thinking I might see about using, I've got this leftover bit of washi from earlier, and I'm going to leave a brown border. So I'm going to come in a little bit, but I'm wondering whether this might sort of blend in behind the picture with the greenery on it. A little bit, so that it's not quite in your quite as in your face. Actually, I'm going to move it over a little bit and then I'll add the glue. Let's move that away. It's the only trouble when things don't quite fit, but you know, you can easily work around it. So yeah, I think that will be enough that it will blend in. So let's just cut that down. Okay, and then I've also just put some craft tape down that side, like we did with the other envelope, just to you know, cover up where the opening of that envelope is. Now this envelope is still open as a pocket. I'm reserving judgment on that until I know what I want to have in the pocket, if anything, if not, and also how bulky and heavy everything is. And then I can always close up the envelope if I decide not to use it as a pocket. But I just want to hold off for a bit, because everything is still, you know, not looking excessively bulky at the moment. So, and the reason I picked this book page is because there's a bit of orange in it to go with my orange fox down here, and also when this is open, the same type of orange is in this butterfly. And we've got the orange fox over here. We've got the greenery across the whole bit. So I just thought that it went really, really nicely. Almost done. And then I'll let you go. So I want to get these belly bands in. And I've used this paper pad a few times. We've got it here, here. This is the same paper pad. So I thought it was only fitting to do the belly bands in this, hopefully. And also we've got some of the purple and obviously the green and stuff coming through. So essentially, yeah, I want these to be belly bands. So right, let's get the width first of all. So nice and easy. I'm just going up to where that white space ends. Just looking, I've got this bee's wing. And I'm just trying to decide whether to cover that up or not. Thinking I'm gonna stick within this white border because I think where I've cut this paper a little bit short, I've essentially got a bit of a white border around it, and then you can still see the bee. What do you think? Oh, can you even see that? No, you can't at all. Sorry. It's because I've got the trimmer next to me. How's that? There we go. So I can still see the bee, which I think is fine. And then we can obviously decorate up that belly band. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. So let's ink that. Or should it be a pocket? Like it could be a belly band, or it could be just a really small pocket for stuff to sit up the top, because I don't really want to cover that either. Yeah, I'm thinking rather than a belly band, we'll go a very small pocket. And if I had, yeah, because if I had done a belly band, I think things would have just fallen out anyway, probably. So let's do that. Just making sure it's straight-ish. That's it. And actually I quite like that white border, because now it looks like this, where we've got the white borders in between the pictures. It actually looks like it's really quite part of the book page, doesn't it? If you can see that at all. Okay, so that's that one. Yeah, I love it. And then of course, yeah, it's definitely, I think like a word or something across there would be really nice. You know, a long phrase. Yeah, nice. And then you can see this reflected here, the same paper pad, and then also where we've got the other, you know. Oh, it's coming together. Okay, and then we've got this one. Oh, it's not going to be long enough. I don't think any of these will... Oh, that one fits. There we go, we'll go with that one. It will just be the other way around. That's fine. Lovely. And then I'll glue this down as a little pocket as well. As I say, I really like those animals and flowers at the bottom, and I don't really want anything that I put in there to cover them up, so instead anything I put in these little pockets will just sit up there really nicely. That's it. Oh, I'm so pleased. I really think that's come together today. So, oh. Yeah, there. Sorry, I was trying to work out which part of it you were seeing then. Yeah, nice. Really nice. So, yeah. And we can just have, you know, something sticking up like that, I think will be just enough. I don't want it to be too much. Wow. Oh, I'm so pleased with how much I've got done today. Brilliant. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. I appreciate there was a lot to see, but I'm glad that, yeah, all the ephemera is in. That is all I'm adding pockets wise. Everything else will be just filling pockets and obviously decorating. And of course we need to get the journal in, which I'll do on the next part. We'll focus on the journal. So we'll make the journal and we will attach it into the spine. I'm thinking I probably want to do a removable journal with eyelets and elastic. Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm so pleased. Yeah, I think it's really come together. I think it's helped that, you know, we've used a lot of the original book pages. I'm just going to give that washi and ink like I did the last one. What was I saying? Yeah, we've used obviously the book pages so that all the pictures go together, and then the clusters match each other, and you know, this scrapbooking paper that we've used throughout. Yeah, it's just, I mean, that was a random piece, but it all just fits, doesn't it? Ah, I'm pleased. All right, well, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that you like how it's coming together. So I'll catch you on the next part, hopefully, for making the journal and inserting that. And then the part after that will be decorating. I don't know how much of the decorating I'll do with you, because sometimes it is nice to just do bits and bobs by yourself, but we'll just sort of see how it goes. I'll at least do some of it with you. And then that'll be it. Can you believe it? Fastest lapbook in the history of man. No, I'm joking. But no, I think that has come together really quite fast. And yeah, we're looking good size-wise. Like, I know we haven't filled any pockets yet, but we've got plenty of room. You know, it's sitting really nicely. So I hope that you've enjoyed watching. Thank you ever so much for joining me as always, and I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.